Caught everybody a little bit by surprise. But my wife, she's a planner, so she had everything kind of planned out anyway. And so, you know, Nikki needed a little bit more time in the hospital, but she's healthy, all good at home. Everybody's good. So now life's just crazy having 4 kids at home. Yeah, I had the dogs out to get everything back in, and we're slowly bringing the dogs back in. So, well, it's a circus for sure.
Gotta ask for a raise.
No, yeah, I work 2 jobs.
So this is the first time we've, I think, seen you or talked to you since. What was your reaction when you heard you guys were getting Verlander and adding him to the rotation?
Yeah, when you got a guy like Verb, what he can do. Obviously, he's still pitching at an extremely high level. It makes your ball club better, and then obviously then it goes on from there. From what Steve and the front office did, they continue to make moves. Bringing in Senga as well. Quintana. As much as bringing in Bird, that really helps the road club. We had a lot of free agents, and we had to address a lot of different holes, and bringing back Edwin as well. A lot of free agent moves on the pitching side for us, and that's what makes it exciting. Is that we got some new faces in here, but chance to kind of all blend it back together, and got a good chance to really go out there and do something special this year.
Max, when you signed last year, you said that the overarching reason was talking to Steven, that vision of what he would do and the commitment to winning. Did you expect what he did this offseason, though, or were you willing to take it by surprise as to how far he was willing to go?
Had an inkling that he was going to go there, but from looking at the roster going into this, you kind of knew, if this team to keep this team together and keep the window open, that there was a lot of free agents coming out of last year, and that there was a lot of decisions that were going to have to be made on various guys across the team, and so. That's just the way. That's the life of Major League Baseball. That's not just the Mets. That's basically every team, every offseason. There's a lot of roster turnover no matter what team you're on, and so watching how that unfolds, from every decision kind of affects every other decision as well. So, it was definitely a fun offseason to pay attention to.
Are you excited that the two of you will be the 1-2 punch at the top of this rotation?
Yeah, it is exciting. I'm so lucky, of course, the course of my career, to have pitched with such great pitchers. I'm lucky. From my time to Arizona to Detroit, to DC, with the Dodgers and here, pitching my entire career, I pitched with great starting pitchers. I pitched with Verb before. I've gotten to learn from him in the past, and it's really going to be interesting pitching with again. I know we pitched together for 5 years, but actually we've been apart for 8 now. And his experience is there in Houston. It's going to be real fun to start comparing notes and looking at how the game, because the game has evolved too since we've played together. Just different how swing past the change, and so kind of how we both see the game now. I mean, it's going to be real fascinating to see his mind on how he sees how you attack different guys and things that have worked for kind of each of us. Things that make him successful and things that make me successful, and see where things line up.
Much has been made about your relationship in Detroit. Is it different now, all these years later? And if so, how has it evolved since then?
Yeah, I mean, we're at a different stage of our careers, and more importantly, we're at a different stage of our lives. And so things would definitely be different now. I really don't see that being an issue whatsoever.
What have you noticed from him in terms of his evolution from afar, watching since the last time you played with him?
Yeah, I watch him from afar. I mean, first and foremost, it's a slider. He's really dialed that pitch in and really make himself where he can really lean in heavily on that pitch. And that, for me, watching from afar, that to me that's been his biggest growth of what he's been able to do. So it's going to be interesting to see how he thinks about that, what the different things he can do, and other ticks he sees within the game. That you get down to the real minutia of the game of you see X, then you do Y, and kind of see what his instincts are.
We asked him, Max, a lot about pitching at 40 this morning, just about the differences now and preparing and all that stuff. Did Did you learn much last year with what you went through, just with some of the injury stuff that you battled about, maybe changes that you have to make in what you do or what you plan to do going forward to pitch it as an older?
You're always making adjustments. I've always been making adjustments to how I have to train, different things I got to do. Different injuries that show up, and you got to come up with different exercises to keep those away. So for me, specifically, I got to, this whole offseason been thinking about, how, why did that oblique go the second time? The first time I understand that was completely on me. It was pitching through some tightness and I didn't say anything. Whereas the second time that didn't, that came kind of out of nowhere. I had no precursor to why that happened. And so really been focused on, just, legs, hip, everything to keep that at bay, and really trying to come up with the right kind of set of exercises to make sure that that's nice and strong and able to be durable. Go out there and throw 200 innings. I mean, that's definitely a goal of mine this year. And so you got to be nimble in how you train and figure. And for me, it's figuring that out exactly everything I got to do. And but that's the fun part. That's a challenge. You got to figure yourself out in order to be durable. And so you're never done learning in this game, especially as you age. You get new challenges put in front of you, and so this is a challenge I got to jump over.
Now, you've always been a guy that liked pitching every fifth day.
Mm-hmm.
Are you more open now? They want you to do a day here and there?
That's tough to truly, make a comment on, because I mean, at the end of the day, I'm going to be a team guy. If it's best for the team, and obviously I'm going to take the extra day. But if we're just talking in a vacuum, with no other kind of variables at play, no, I want to pitch every fifth game. You get your extra day, with the off days here and there, know your schedule. But I enjoy going out there trying to make 33 starts, 34 starts, and try to throw 200 plus innings.
Justin has been pretty clear about wanting to pitch as long as he can, at least into his mid-40s. He talks about, do you share that for yourself, or do you play it by ear more?
I just have a different view on that. That for me, I'm just kind of playing it year by year, and because you start making forecasts like that. I mean, you're completely dependent on your health. I mean, you're always one injury away from never pitching again. So I realize that. I mean, I'm lucky to have made it this far. To continue to pitch, it's going to take a lot of work and a lot of things to go right for me to continue to pitch. But the first and foremost thing is the family situation is doing great. If kids love it, kids love watching me pitch. And so everything, is going well from that front. So I want to continue to pitch as long as I can. But I'm also realizing, you never know when your last game is. So instead of kind of worrying about the end, I just like putting the blinders up and just enjoying the ride. Just have fun with where you're at right now, and this is a great opportunity to be on. Be it with the Mets here, to be able to go out there and a chance to win and hopefully win the whole thing.
Like you said, it was a fun offseason to pay attention to. Because of the massive spending spree, do you think the unfair target has been put on this team's back?
That's life in the big leagues. Anytime you're a good team, everybody's out is gunning for you. So nothing's new.
Bucket mentioned that it was tough for you to say no to the WBC. What went into that decision?
I really would love to pitch in that. Actually, a conversation with Jeff Jones. He was a pitching coach on the last WBC with Leland, and I had him in Detroit for 5 years there. So I had a pretty good history with him, and I had a phone call with him in this offseason, kind of told him everything that was going on, and I asked him like, hey, should I do it? And as soon as he says yes, I was going to, I'm doing it. And he said don't. He said don't. From where everything's at, he thought it'd be best for me not to participate. That'd be the best thing for my career. And once Jeff Jones said no, then it's a no.
You've been outspoken.
You've been a world champion. Do you think this team is equipped to be a world champion?
When you're sitting here in February, everybody thinks they have a chance to be able to win the World Series. There's so much that has to unfold over the next 6-7 months here that, all you can do is have a chance. And right now, we have a great team put together. We have a lot of talent in that clubhouse. And, we're going to be able to compete with everybody across the league. Whether that happens or not, that's what the next 6 months are about. That's the marathon. And that's the fun part, is the grind of this, of how long it takes to finally get to the playoffs, and then navigate the playoffs itself is a whole nother animal as well. So, you just want to be on a team that definitely has a chance, has all the weapons to be able to go out and do it, and definitely an organization that can go out there and do that.
You've been outspoken about the rule changes before. Are you happy with what's in store for this year, and do you think it's going to be good for the game?
I definitely have. I'm definitely been planning for it, gunning for it. I really feel like I'm gonna. It plays right into my hand. I've always wanted to work quick. The only reason I've never been able to work quick is because the hitter can always call timeout. So the fact that the hitter can only call timeout once in a bat, now I can actually dictate pace. Now I can actually force action. So for me, I'm gonna definitely like doing that. How it actually gets manifested into the X's and O's and how you're actually gonna go out there and do this. There's definitely gonna be a learning curve to it, but I think at the end of the day, I have a pretty good idea what I'm gonna be able to do.
When last season ended, did you think DeGrom was coming back, and did you have any interaction with him in the offseason?
Yeah, I talked to him once he signed. I talked to him, FaceTime him, to be able to get, kind of, just catch up and everything. Would love to have pitched with him more. I think the world of him. When he's on the mound, and it's incredible what he can do. I've never seen anything like it. So, wish him nothing but the best. I think he's going to go out there and absolutely kill it. And that's the way I see it.
Alonso was asked about his contract status. Didn't really want to talk about, which is fine, his prerogative. But as somebody who's done the free agency thing, set the records, pushed the bar, what advice do you give to younger players who inch toward that process?
When you walk through those doors, make sure you know what you're here for. You're here for the contract. You're here to win. And if you're here to win, trust me, the contract will happen. So that's all you got to know. It's pretty simple. You try to make it anything more than that, that's when you see players get haywire and you start freaking out about it. But you just show up, you come through those doors, and you're here to win. Everything takes care of itself.
Max, is it important for you to pitch opening day?
I'll pitch whenever I'm told to pitch.
Thank you, Max. Thanks, everybody.